Hello students, in continuity of chapter number 18, Body Fluids and Circulation, in this lecture we are going to study about regulation of cardiac activity and disorders of circulatory system. First of all, let's discuss about regulation of cardiac activity. Now, you know very well about human circulatory system, especially blood circulatory system. As we know, our heart is a 4-chamber structure, is related with this activity. Our vascular system, it possesses double circulatory system. Why it is known as double circulatory system? Because here deoxygenated blood and oxygenated blood, both type of blood, it circulates separately, and that's why it is known as double circulatory system. You know very well about pathway also, circulation pathway of blood in human heart. Okay, 4-chamber heart, 2 atria, 2 ventricles are there. Deoxygenated blood, it is emptied into right auricle and further it pass through pathway of circulation, it get oxygenated and it is provided to entire body, each and every cell of the body. As we know, entire heart is made up of cardiac muscle. Walls of ventricles are much thicker than that of atria. Specialized cardiac musculature called nodal tissue is also distributed in the heart, as we have studied in this chapter also. A patch of this tissue is present in the right upper corner of the right atrium, and that is known as sinoatrial node. In short, we can say SA node or SAN. One more, another mass of this tissue is seen in the lower left corner of the right atrium, close to the atrioventricular septum. It is called atrioventricular node, or in short we can say AVN or AV node. A bundle of nodal fibers, atrioventricular bundle, AV bundles, contribute from the AVN, which passes through the atrioventricular septa to emerge on the top of the interventricular septum and immediately divides into right and left bundles. So again this branch, they give rise to minute fibers and respectively, and we know about the arrangement of Purkinje fibers. So the nodal, this muscular structure has the ability to generate action potential without any external stimuli. It is auto-excitable. We know about this system. The number of action potential that could be generated in a minute is various different part of potential. Okay. So this way now we are aware of this type of SA node, AV node, this tissue. When we discuss about regulation of cardiac activity, normal activities of the heart are regulated intrinsically. It means that auto-regulated by specialized muscles and this nodal tissues, and that's why heart is known as myogenic heart. As we know the function of SA node and AV node, now it is clear to us. Special neural center in the medulla oblongata in our brain can moderate the cardiac function through autonomic nerve system. In short, it is known as ANS, autonomic nerve system. Neural signals through the sympathetic nerves is a part of this ANS, it means autonomic nerve system, can increase the rate of heartbeat, the strength of ventricular contraction, and thereby the cardiac output. On the other hand, parasympathetic neural signals, so another component of ANS, that is autonomic nerve system, ANS, it decreases the rate of heartbeat, speed of conduction of action potential, and thereby the cardiac output. Adrenal medullary hormones can also increase the cardiac output. So this way, simply now we can understand it is that normal activity of heart is regulated by this type of function, auto-regulated itself by specialized muscles. They are known as nodal tissue, and that's why heart is known as myogenic heart. Special neural central in the medulla oblongata in brain region moderate the cardiac function through autonomic nerve system or ANS. Neural signals through the sympathetic nerves, it's a part of ANS, can increase the rate of heartbeat, strength of ventricular contraction, and this way the cardiac output. And opposite to it, that is parasympathetic neural system, is also component of same this ANS, autonomic nerve system. It decreases the rate of heart, speed of conduction of action potential, and this way cardiac output also. So it is clear to us now how the regulation of cardiac activity in human body take place. Adrenal medullary hormones can also increase the cardiac output. So this way overall through these nodal tissues, autonomic nerve system, the neural signals, and adrenal medullary hormones, regulation of cardiac activity take place. Disorders of circulatory system. When we talk about human circulatory system, now we are also aware of abnormality, disorder or disease condition related with circulatory system. Some disorders are very well known to us. They are like BP, generally we understand that is high blood pressure, or we can also say hypertension, and another that is very common non-word, that is heart attack or cardiac arrest, or we can say heart failure. So now let's discuss some disorders of circulatory systems. First, hypertension. It is also known as high blood pressure. Hypertension is a term for blood pressure that is higher than normal. Generally, normal ratio is 120/80. In this measurement, 120 mm mercury. This millimeter of mercury pressure is the systolic or pumping pressure, and 80 mm mercury is the diastolic or resting pressure. If repeated checks of blood pressure of an individual, that is 140/90, 140/90 or higher, it shows hypertension. High blood pressure leads to heart diseases and also affects vital organs like brain and kidney. So generally in normal healthy person, the measurement of this blood pressure is 120/80 normally, but it is higher than this ratio 120/80 millimeter mercury level, that is about 140/90, it is like that, and if remains constant, frequently it remains this way, at that time it shows this condition known as hypertension. Due to this disease, actually it is also known as silent killer. Why it is known as silent killer? If it is not diagnosis in early stage, okay, it leads to heart diseases and it can affect vital organs. It means that important organ of our body like brain and kidney, and as we know very well what is role of brain and kidney in our body. So this way, so a person suffering from such a type of disorder show this type of blood pressure ratio, that is generally higher than 140/90, it is like that, and it leads to heart diseases and it affects the vital organs like brain and kidney. Second, that is coronary artery disease. In short, it is known as CAD. Now, what is it? Coronary artery disease, often referred to a atherosclerosis, affects the vessels that supply blood to the heart muscle. Now we can understand, because we know entire circulatory pathway in human being. When this type of abnormality arises, that is affect the vessels that supply blood to the heart muscle. It is caused by deposits of calcium, fat, cholesterol and fibrous tissues, which makes the lumen of arteries narrow. We have studied about anatomy of these blood vessels also, as we know, made up of 3 layers, and the centrally located part, that is lumen of this artery. So, due to this type of abnormal condition, person suffering from coronary artery disease CAD, which affects the vessel that supply blood to the heart muscle, it is caused by deposit of this calcium, fat, cholesterol and fibrous tissues, which makes the lumen of arteries narrower. So we can understand, so not enough supply of blood to the heart muscle, and it can cause so many type of abnormality in human suffering from this type of disorder. So we can say coronary artery disease or CAD, generally it is also known as atherosclerosis type of disorder. It is also harmful to human being. Third, say angina. Is also known as angina pectoris. Symptoms of acute chest pain appears when no enough oxygen is reaching the heart muscle. This disorder can occur in men and women of any age, but it is more common among the middle-aged and elderly people. So it is not like that a young person can't suffer from this type of abnormality, but generally it is observed in elderly male and female. It occurs due to conditions that affect the blood flow. So we can say during the circulation of blood in human body, sometime due to some condition, such a type of effect which can affect the flow of blood or restricted the blood flow, at that time this type of symptoms develop. It is like acute chest pain appear when no enough oxygen is reaching the heart muscle. So it can occur in male and female both of any age, but it is generally observed among the middle age and elderly person. Fourth disease, that is heart failure. We know very well about this. We have often heard this word. We have seen persons, our surrounding, in our relative neighborhood also. Such a type of problem arises, and that is known as heart failure. You also know about heart attack and cardiac arrest word. Heart failure means the state of heart when it is not pumping. Not pumping blood effectively enough to meet the needs of the body. As we know, what is the importance of blood circulation in our body? Through blood circulation, each and every tissue or cell of our body can get enough supply of oxygen, nutrients as well as it is also important for removal of unwanted substances which are harmful substances from our body. So here in this condition is a state of heart when it is not pumping blood effectively enough to meet the needs of the body. It is sometimes called this is congestive heart failure because the congestion of the lungs is one of the main symptoms of this disease. So that's why due to this reason it is also known as congestive heart failure. Heart failure is not the same as cardiac arrest. Generally what we understand, that is heart failure or heart attack or cardiac arrest, these all are same or similar word. But here heart failure is not the same as cardiac arrest. When the heart stops beating, that is cardiac arrest, or a heart attack when the heart muscle is suddenly damaged by an inadequate blood supply. So often we use this word. So we understand what heart failure or heart attack or cardiac arrest, these all words are same or similar. But now it is clear to us it is not like that. Here heart failure means the state of heart when it is not pumping blood effectively enough to meet the needs of body. It's also sometimes called, as we know, congestive heart failure because the congestion of the lungs is one of the main symptoms of this disorder. And heart failure, why it is not same to cardiac arrest or heart attack? Now it is clear to us that so cardiac arrest when the heart stops beating, at that time it is known as cardiac arrest when the heart stops beating. And when we use the word heart attack, that is the heart muscle is suddenly damaged by inadequate blood supply. So these all conditions are actually different conditions like heart failure, cardiac arrest or heart attack. So now we can understand that is these disorders are actually related with circulatory system of human body. These are main 4 type of disorders are here as we have studied here. That is first one, that was hypertension, or it is also known as high blood pressure. Hypertension in generally normal healthy person, that is 120/80, but here it increases in human, that is about 140/90 ratio, and it is actually can create many problems like heart disease and also affect the vital organ like brain and kidney in human. Second was that was CAD, coronary artery disease, generally also known as atherosclerosis, affect the vessel that supply blood to the heart muscles. So this way CAD disorder, it caused by deposit of calcium, fat, cholesterol and fibrous tissue which make the lumen of arteries narrower. So it is about CAD, coronary artery disease. Third we have studied here, that is angina, angina pectoris. Symptom of acute chest pain appear when no enough oxygen is reaching the heart muscle. It can occur the any age of male and female, but generally it is observed in elderly male and female. And why it occurs in human body? Because due to condition that affect the blood flow. So any condition which can affect the blood flow can cause this disease known as angina or angina pectoris. And fourth one, that is heart failure. Now we know very well, so when not pumping blood effectively enough to meet the need of body. So this way, this all 4 type of disorders, they are related with circulatory system. It means that it is related with activity of heart, cardiac activity. It may be related with cardiac muscle or related with blood circulation pathway or blood flow. So these all disorders, they are related with circulatory system.